Yum. It's like autumn on a bowl, in a bowl, on a plate. Autumn on a plate. Hi, I'm Natalie Peluso, and today we're going to cook a mixed berry slice with a macadamia and cashew nut crumble, which actually sounds rather autumnal, kind of wintry. It kind of works with both hemispheres, given that up here in Queensland, we are finally in spring. We have blue skies outside and the most amazing sun. Oh, it's gorgeous. Whereas my Northern Hemisphere friends will be going into autumn. So all of the ingredients and instructions are on my website, hungrysoprano.com. But here's a shopping list, so pause to save it. Now, go. We start with our berries. Mixed berries, we've got strawberries, blueberries, blackberries, and raspberries. These are frozen berries, just bought in big bags at the supermarket. 400 grams. And to that, I'm going to add zest of a lemon. I have my groovy little zester here, but you can use a microplane zester or a cheese grater even. But this makes super pretty long strands of zest, which I think are gorgeous. And we want about a whole lemon. To our berries and our lemon, 50 grams of sugar. You could use Rapadura sugar, normal sugar, just whatever sugar you've got on hand. This is just to sweeten up our berries. We want to get this fruit to a nice boil and then bring it down to a simmer and let it cook down for about 10 minutes. As it starts to cook in, you can start to see all of the juices coming out of that fruit. It smells great already. Brilliant. That's now at a nice simmer. For our crust, I'm using spelt, which you guys know is a particular favorite of mine. I have spelt flour, about 140 grams of spelt flour. You can use gluten-free flour, you can use just wheat. It works brilliantly either way. So I'm going to pop that into my bowl here. This is rolled spelt, which looks like porridge, but it's nuttier and browner. Really, really super nutritious. Use porridge oats if you want. You can use quinoa flakes too. If you're going the whole gluten-free, use gluten-free flour and quinoa flakes, and this comes out gorgeous. So I've got about 120 grams here. I've just got raw sugar here. Use Rapadura if you have it. 110 grams of sugar. A little sweetness. Give it a mix. And then all we do is add our melted butter. There's 140 grams of butter, so it's the same weight of butter as to flour. Now I want you to see how all of this comes together, what kind of texture it is. That's it. About 3/5 of the mix. Tip it into your baking dish and then press down to make a little base for ourselves. This is going to go into a moderate oven. Preheat it to about 170 degrees Celsius for about 10 minutes. So while our crumble is baking and our berries are simmering away beautifully, I want to prepare the crumble. Now today I'm using macadamias and cashew nuts. Last week I used Brazil nuts and cashews. So whatever you have on hand, whatever your preferences are, pecans, hazelnuts, almonds, it's all good. It's all incredibly healthy. I'm bashing them in my mortar and pestle, partly because whenever I've used a food processor, it ends up grinding the nuts too finely. And I want a bit of crunch. And I have a bit more control over it with this. Plus, let's face it, it's a good way to get rid of any stress of the week. Just add a tablespoon of sugar, and that is that. So I want to show you what the berries look like after about 10 minutes of simmering. Can you see there's actually a load of liquid in there? These have been frozen, so there's probably a little bit more liquid in there than you would find with fresh berries. To this, we're going to add some corn flour and lemon juice. That's going to just help to thicken it up and make sure that we don't get really, really runny crumble. I'm going to use the same lemon that I used before for zest. Corn flour here. Gluten-free, you could use tapioca flour. And I want to squeeze a couple of tablespoons of lemon juice. If you mix the juice with the flour first, oh, that's so weird. Corn flour, when you add corn flour to liquid, it can do the strangest things. Well, you see how it looks hard and then it goes all liquidy? So weird. That's fine. I'm gonna add this to the fruit and that will just thicken up the sauce and make sure that we don't have runny crumble. Once you've stirred your corn flour into the berries, put the berries into a separate container and just chill it for a little bit while you're waiting for the crust. Berry crumble. Crumble has been in about 10 to 15 minutes-ish. Let's get it out. Berries are in the fridge. Forgot about that. Tip your berries. Oh, yum. I just want to eat this now. I shall be licking that later. Crumble mix, what's left of it, just gets crumbled over the top. Don't forget, you're going to be using nuts over this as well, so don't despair that you haven't got enough to go over the top. Dig in. Press down ever so gently. Back into the oven for about 40 to 45 minutes until it's bubbling around the edges. There we have it. That's been sitting, cooling down for probably about an hour after it came out of the oven, because we want that juicy fruit filling to firm up. If you are eating it for crumble for dessert with ice cream and cream, don't worry about letting it sit. You want it all hot and oozy. But if you're going to use it as a slice, definitely let it sit and cool completely before you cut into it, otherwise it will fall apart. I've been waiting all afternoon for this. Yum. That is so delicious. So there you have it, mixed berry slice with a macadamia and cashew crumble. If you make it, don't forget to take photos and tag them Hungry Soprano so that I can find them. Share them on all the usual channels and subscribe to my YouTube channel too if you want more of this. And if there's something in particular that you really want me to cook, don't forget to let me know in the comments or email me or tweet me and let me know, and maybe I can fit it in another episode. So until next time, bye.